We only need to tune into ourselves and know who we are, to know that we are not alone in the universe. Unknowing is when we close ourselves off from the true knowledge that is there to be tapped. When the soul is truly in touch with itself, there are no levels of unknowing, because unknowing is on a time level and therefore doesn't exist. Realm. And how does a soul get in touch with this knowing level? It is important for souls to turn within. This is the very essence of prayer and meditation. Prayer is talking to God or giving, and meditation is listening to God or receiving. We need this circular balance in order to come into wholeness. Also, we must become much more sensitive to what is happening to ourselves. We need to work continually to allow the higher self, rather than the lower, to take control of our lives. Our dreams are important to keep us in touch with our emotional state. Be very interested in what your higher self is telling you through the dream state. We continually work out problem situations through our dreams. We also receive many insights into ourselves. Dreams keep our daily emotional temperature. Look at the thermometer of the soul to see where you are each day. Be aware of what you think of others. If you see a negative aspect of another person and are critical, it is often an aspect of yourself that seems to glare out from the other being. Each time you are critical of another person, turn within yourself to see what it is within that triggers this reaction. It is usually because you are seeing a mirror reflection of something you don't like about yourself. Look into this mirror continually and release those negative emotions when you discover them to be your own. So the greatest stumbling block of human nature is the ego of the lower self. This is the self that sees only itself and believes that only what is connected to it is important. Anything outside of its own world is to be judged and condemned, just because it isn't part of this lower ego consciousness. That is, the ego doesn't perceive itself to be connected with anything that it considers undesirable. The ego is strongly embedded in the earth consciousness of duality. It thinks that there is always something working in opposition to it. Know that by the very nature of your earth-time existence, you are learning lessons daily. Life is how you perceive it. Live each day in the tiptoes of excitement. And know that everything in the universe is good, even the hardest experiences, and everything is working toward your evolvement. Go with the flow of life and do not resist your lessons. Give everything away that you receive. You will find that what you receive in return is a greater understanding of your oneness with all. All is one and one is all. Know this from the knowing level. My friends are telling me that I'm now ready to come back from my platform. I'll work my way back. Ram, good. Just relax. How do you feel now? A little tired but energized. What an intense experience. I am going to move rapidly back into myself. Chapter 12. Understand the Golden Level of Love. One day, a television crew from Canada arrived to do a special report on the Monroe Institute Laboratory, a 20-minute segment for a primetime special. Bob chose me as the explorer to be filmed. The situation presented some unique challenges. One problem was that the check units were completely enclosed cubicles, just 8 by 10 feet, with little room for anything except the explorer's waterbed. On my right, jammed in one corner, was a cameraman. On my left was a man with a large box-like instrument designed to register the change in my electromagnetic field as I went out of body. They asked me to put my left hand in the box. Then, since the check units are normally completely dark, I was blindfolded so that the cameraman's light wouldn't bother me. So the atmosphere of the session was quite different from usual. After the session, which went well in spite of the distractions, a female interviewer was clearly hoping I had had a sexual experience in the out-of-body state, along the lines of what Bob described in his book, Journeys Out of the Body. In the out-of-body state, it appears when two energy bodies merge, there can be a tremendous energy charge that goes far beyond the energizing that occurs in physical orgasm. The interviewer thought that a story of out-of-body sex would be quite a hit with the television audience. As it turned out, I didn't have that kind of experience to report to her, though I did participate in a circle of love that was exhilarating. When I saw a video on the television special, I was fascinated to see what had happened to the energy they were measuring in my hand. The colors changed dramatically, and the glow around my fingers expanded considerably as I relaxed into the focused 10 and 12 states. To illustrate me going out of body on the film, they used nude bodies floating into the air, the only suggestion of something sexual and somewhat comical to see. Now, come with me to the love dimension. RAM. ROMC is now in Focus 12 after building her energy balloon. I've built the balloon and I'm floating up. I have the energy around me, and I feel as if I'm going to be taken through various parts of my own body. Wow, I'm in my own stomach. I'm rolling and floating around and going up and down the sides of my stomach. I'm building a special energy in my stomach. Now I'm in my mouth doing the same thing. What a big cave. It's so small in here. My teeth look like big boulders. No, now I'm in my ear. It's dark and hollow with all kinds of fuzzy little hairs. I'm slipping, sliding around and working to energize my ears. Now I'm in my brain. I'm going to be building energy bubbles in different parts of my brain. I'm floating around in a brain cell in the right side of my brain. And now I'm going to shift to the left side. I'm building up an energy circle inside some of the brain cells. Every area gets light and energized when I do. Now I'm in my heart. I can hear it beating. I'm floating around inside a large artery. The rhythm is really neat. Thump, thump, thump. I'm going to go with the blood flow to different parts of my body. First, down the artery in my arm. I'm just floating along as though I'm on a river. I feel light and bouncy. As I travel, everything I touch is being energized. It's really great, like going from room to room in a fun house. Now I'm on my way down into my intestines. I'm winding through my intestines, energizing them as I go. I'm going down through both legs now. I'm going through the center of my bones. I'm in the bone marrow. Gee, I have good strong bones. It's like going down a slow elevator. I'm dropping down. I'm in my kneecap. I'm going to swirl around a bit to get it extra energized. I'm heading on down to my toes. Now my energy elevator is started up. I feel quite very light and clear and energized inside. Everything is glowing with a special energy. This is a very important method of energizing the whole body and cleaning out any physical blockages. But it cleanses and energizes more than the physical energy body. It also works on the energies of all the dimensions of the self. I'm starting to float out of my body. I feel light, energized, and very relaxed. I can turn around and bounce on this energized air. It's glowing, and I can see right through it. Everything is dark all around except my body, which is glowing in every cell. It's as if a light has been lit inside of me. I'm floating up onto my platform. Now I'm landing on it. All of a sudden something is changing. I'm aware of the presence of my 4 invisible helpers. I'm shifting into a new phase of this experience. Someone is coming up behind me and putting a shimmering type of outfit on me. It's like a spacesuit. Now they're putting some kind of helmet over my head. I don't know what they're going to do with me. I'm starting to float again. The material in this suit is so very fine that I can't even feel it. It's different texture from anything I've ever felt. The suit has buttons on the front. The instructions indicate that these buttons are going to help me control what I'll be doing.